Something unexpected happened. Not the kind of unexpected that makes you gasp, but the kind that makes you stop, breathe, and realize you're witnessing something beautiful unfold. It didn't start with headlines. It didn't start with a record-breaking chart moment. It started with a quiet idea, a single act of kindness, a single fan choosing to follow the example of the artist they love. And then, like a spark catching fire, the kindness began spreading across the world. In Myanmar, Jimin's fanbase didn't just celebrate his birthday with posts or hashtags. They built a continuing legacy, donating over 900 books last year and 1,125 more this year, keeping a community library alive for children who dream with limited resources. And as if that wasn't enough, they brought smiles to 220 students, gifting them brand new school bags, a small gesture that to a child in need can feel like hope wrapped in fabric. It wasn't just a donation, it was dignity. It was a reminder that someone, somewhere, believes in them. In Vietnam, the chain of love continued as fans donated hundreds of books to a library in Lam Dong province. But one fan took it even further, launching Jimin's Bookshelf, awarding scholarships to 44 students who kept fighting for their education despite overwhelming challenges. They weren't chosen because life was easy for them. They were chosen because they refused to give up. And in honoring Jimin, they lifted 44 futures. Then came the Philippines, where fans funded scholarships for 5 students, not for 1 year, but for 3 consecutive years. Tuition, resources, support, delivered quietly with love from a community that simply wanted to mirror the generosity that inspired them. In rural India, where opportunities for women and girls are often limited, fans supported RSK Sindhya, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering girls through education, job training, and entrepreneurship programs. These weren't just funds, they were chances. Opportunities that can rewrite entire futures and help women stand taller, speak louder, and dream bigger. Across the ocean in Latin America, fans donated to Education Cannot Wait, an organization fighting to ensure no child is left behind, especially in places where hope is hardest to find. Their contribution didn't just provide classes or books, it provided safety, opportunity, and the strength to imagine a brighter tomorrow. And all around the world, while fans were giving everything they could, Jimin himself was doing the same back home. He donated 100 million won each to his alma mater and multiple educational offices across Korea, strengthening arts programs, supporting future talent, and lifting students who needed a helping hand. He didn't announce it with fanfare. He didn't ask for recognition. He just gave. Quietly. Humbly. Exactly the way he always has. And while this global wave of kindness was unfolding on the ground, another wave was rising in the charts. Jimin's song Who achieved something no K-pop solo song has ever done. 69 weeks on Billboard's global ex-US chart, breaking the previous 68-week record, a record that also belonged to Jimin. No features. No Western collaborations, just his voice, his artistry, and the world listening. On Spotify, the story was just as astonishing. Who spent 487 consecutive days on the global daily top songs chart, the longest charting K-pop solo song in the platform's history. Today, it has surpassed 2.13 billion streams, still rising, still resonating, still comforting listeners 16 months after release. Every replay, every playlist, every moment someone presses repeat. Proof that this music isn't just being heard, it's being felt. When you look at everything, the libraries, the scholarships, the women's programs, the nonprofits, the billions of streams, the shattered records, you realize something powerful. This isn't just the story of an artist succeeding, this is the story of an artist inspiring the world. This isn't just a fandom celebrating. This is a fandom changing lives. And together, without noise, without force, they've created a movement built on kindness, talent, and love. A movement that started with something unexpected and grew into something unforgettable.